Okay, so now we're going to be looking at the surface area of rectangular prisms. Okay, so yesterday we talked about triangular prisms. Remember, I mentioned that the bases have to be the same shape. Yesterday, the bases were triangles, and then the rest were rectangles, right? We called it walls, right? We looked at it as a room, and I said the bases are the ceiling and the floor, and then you have walls, like they happen to be rectangles. So now the ceiling and the floor are going to be rectangles, right? Rectangular prisms. Now, to help you guys out, I highlight the one of the bases. And the way I highlight one of the bases is by marking the four corners that are 90 degrees. So let me zoom into question number 10. Let me take a look at this. The base, let me find the base. I see my four corners that have 90-degree angles. So I'm looking at this base. Right, my prisms don't have to be standing up. Right, your room, the rooms you're located in right now should be standing up, right? So the ceiling and the base are top and bottom. But in my case, they could be laying down. So what I'm going to do, right, in this case, the base is a rectangle. So let me do two bases, one on the top, one at the bottom. They happen to be rectangles. I highly recommend to draw what the work. So what I'm doing now, because my base has four sides, in this case, I'm gonna have four rectangles in the center. So four walls. Yesterday, when we were dealing with triangular prisms, we only had three triangles on the inside. The reason why is because the triangle only had three sides. But now, because the base has four sides, then I need four rectangles on the inside. So I need four walls to complete this room. All right, so let's get the area of the base, right? The rectangle that I highlighted. I see a 90-degree angle. It's made by the numbers 3 and 6. And I know for a rectangle, I have to multiply those two numbers. So 3 times 6. I know 3 times 6 is 18. So each of my bases, so the one on the top, the one on the bottom, if this thing was standing up, each of my bases is 18. Okay. Now, looking at the base again, so let me highlight the base again. Let me let me see the numbers of each of my sides. I know one side is 3, the other side is 6, the third side is 3, and the fourth side is 6. I need to know the measurement of each of my sides. Now let me find out what's the height of the prism. So if I was to stand up, if I was to stand the prism up, what would be the height between the bases? It's usually the number that has nothing to do with my rectangles, right? The number has nothing to do with my bases. I see some numbers there. I see a 4, a 6, and a 3. Now the other base will be here. So the 6 and the 3 are measurements of my base. 4 is the number that has nothing to do with my bases. So that's the height of the prism. I'm going to multiply 4 times each side of my base. So I'm going to go 4 times 3, 4 times 6, 4 times 3, and 4 times 6. The height times each side of the base. And then I'm just going to add everything up. And in my case, I happen to get 108. If there are decimals on your answer, if you have decimals on your answer, round it to the nearest tenth, which is one decimal place. All right, let's take a look at question number 11. First of all, let me identify the base. There you go. In prisms, in reality, what we do, we try to find if there's a shape that is not a rectangle, and that is the base. Okay, if the base is not a rectangle, we can identify the base because a prism, we have two bases that are the same shape, and the rest are rectangles. So first we try to find a shape that is not a rectangle. So that's how we know that's the base. When the base is a rectangle as well, then that makes it a little more complicated, but I'm gonna help you guys out by highlighting the four corners of the rectangle. So I know the base in this case is a rectangle. It happens to be a 6 by 8 rectangle. I know for the bases I have to go 6 times 8, which is 48. Right? So each of my bases is 48. Because the bases have four sides, I'm gonna have four rectangles inside. What if my bases had five sides? Then we will have five rectangles on the inside. What if it has six sides? Well, six rectangles on the inside. Okay, now let me find out the measurement of each side of my base. I know one side is 6, the other side is 8, third side is 6, and this fourth side is 8. Okay, which number represents the height of the prism? The height of the prism is the number that has nothing to do with the bases. I know the other base is right here. So this 6 and this 8 are measurements of my bases. In this case, the height of this prism is 6. So I'm gonna go 6 times each side of the base. So 6 times 8, 6 times 6, 6 times 8, and then 6 times 6. Then just add everything. And I happen to get 264. So remember, look at this as two bases, and then the rest are rectangles. The amount of rectangles in the center are equal to the amount of sides of the bases. So the bases have four sides. There's four rectangles in the center.